Have you ever noticed that the closer you get to a woman, the more she sometimes begins to step back? It feels confusing. You expect connection to grow stronger, yet instead of moving closer, she suddenly creates distance. For many men, this feels like rejection, but the truth is often very different. Many times, she is not pushing you away because she has lost interest. In reality, she is pushing you away because she wants you even more than she is ready to admit. This is where female psychology becomes difficult to understand. Attraction is not only about desire, it is also about vulnerability. A woman may feel a powerful pull toward you, but at the same time, that pull makes her feel exposed, open, and unprotected. And for many women, especially those who have experienced heartbreak before, vulnerability feels dangerous. Instead of welcoming closeness, they distance themselves. It is not always logical. It is emotional. She wants you. But she is afraid of what wanting you might mean for her heart, her freedom, or her control. Many men misunderstand this behavior and assume that her pulling away means she is no longer interested. But in reality, pulling away can sometimes be proof of just how much she cares. The intensity of her emotions scares her, and so she creates space to protect herself. Welcome to this exploration, where we break down the true psychology behind women's actions. If you have ever felt confused by mixed signals, you are not alone. Many men believe that when a woman pulls away, it means the connection is over. But in truth, it is often the opposite. It is a sign that she is experiencing something so deep, she is not ready to fully face it. By the end of this, you will understand that her pulling away does not always mean rejection. In fact, it often means she is standing right at the edge of desire and fear. One of the first reasons a woman may push you away when she wants you most is her fear of losing control. When a woman suddenly distances herself, it usually has little to do with you doing something wrong. Instead, it comes from her own inner struggle. From childhood, many women are taught consciously or unconsciously that giving in to emotions too quickly puts them at risk. Risk of being hurt, risk of being abandoned, risk of being taken for granted. So, when her feelings for you start to grow stronger, instead of leaning in, she steps back. You may wonder, if she likes me, why is she pulling away? The answer is in her psychology. For her, attraction is not just excitement, it's exposure. It makes her feel unguarded. To someone who has learned to protect herself, vulnerability can feel like weakness. This is why women often send mixed signals. One day, she is warm, affectionate, and seems to crave your attention. The next day, she is cold, distant, or detached. What is happening is a battle between two forces inside her. Her emotions are pulling her forward, but her fears are pulling her back. Think of it like this. She is not pushing you away because she does not want you. She is pushing you away because she does. The intensity of her desire makes her feel like she is losing control of her emotions, and that loss of control frightens her. By creating distance, she is attempting to take back her sense of power, even though it may not make sense logically. Men often misread this situation. They see her distance as rejection and react in two common ways. Either they chase her harder, or they give up completely. Both of these responses usually backfire. When you chase harder, you confirm her fear that she is losing control, because now you are overwhelming her even more. When you walk away too quickly, she feels abandoned, which reinforces her guard. The key is not to panic. Her pushback is not a final decision. It is a defense mechanism. At the core of her behavior is emotional self-protection. For many women, falling deeply for a man is not just about attraction, it is about trust. If she does not feel completely safe with you emotionally, she will hold back even against her own desires. The more she wants you, the stronger that fear can become. That is why she sometimes pushes you away hardest at the very peak of her desire. Remember this. Her pulling away is not evidence that she does not want you. It is proof that she does. A woman who feels nothing will not bother sending mixed signals, but a woman who is caught in a struggle between her heart and her fears. Well, your role is not to fix her feelings or chase after her. It is to remain steady, calm, and patient. When you give her space to process without pressure, you turn her moment of fear into a path back toward you. This leads us to another hidden reason for her pulling. Back-testing your strength. Many times, when a woman distances herself even, though she likes you, she is not rejecting you. She is testing whether you can handle emotional pressure. These tests are rarely conscious. She is not sitting there planning ways to confuse you. Instead, it is instinct. It is survival. Women want to know if the man they are drawn to can handle uncertainty, turbulence, and emotional highs and lows. And the fastest way to see that is to notice how he reacts when she suddenly shifts her energy. Attraction is not built only on how handsome, charming, or entertaining you are. It is also about whether she feels secure with you. That sense of security does not come from promises or constant reassurances. It comes from how you behave when she withdraws. Does your world collapse? Do you panic and demand answers? Do you blow up her phone with messages? Or do you remain calm, centered, and steady like a man who cannot be shaken so easily? Women instinctively respect the man who does not lose control of himself. When she pulls away, she is creating a silent moment of truth. In that space, she is watching not always consciously, but emotionally to see what kind of man you are. If you react with neediness, she loses attraction. Not because she does not care about you, but because a man who cannot control his emotions makes her feel unsafe. But when you hold your ground, when you do not chase, when you continue to live your life without begging for her attention, you send a powerful signal. I am solid. I am not dependent on you for my identity. I choose to be here, not because I need you, but because I want to. That type of energy is magnetic. It reassures her that investing in you will not mean regret later. Here is a truth that many men find difficult to accept. A woman will test you, sometimes with her words, sometimes with her actions. And the moment you fail those tests by collapsing into insecurity, you lose ground in her eyes. This is why many men complain that women lose interest after showing attraction. The reality is, she did not lose interest. She saw weakness, and weakness destroyed her desire. So when she pushes you away, the worst thing you can do is chase desperately or try to buy her back with gifts, words, or over-the-top gestures. That is exactly what she is testing against. The real answer is simple. Remain calm. Focus on your life, your goals, your work, your health, your friends. Show her through action that you are steady and self-sufficient. When she feels your strength, her fears soften, her tests fade, and she is drawn back into your orbit. A woman does not only want a man she is attracted to, she wants a man she can trust under pressure. That is what she is really looking for when she pulls away. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when things are going perfectly, when the connection feels strong and the attraction undeniable, she suddenly becomes distant? For many men, this shift feels like betrayal. One day she is excited, laughing, texting quickly, and even making plans. Then, the next day, she grows cold, takes longer to reply, or seems less available. Most men panic in this moment. They start asking themselves, did I do something wrong? Is she losing interest? Is it over already? But here is the hidden truth. Many times her distance has nothing to do with you failing. Instead, it is her way of protecting her emotions and rebalancing her feelings. This is what we can call the emotional reset. Women are deeply emotional by nature. Their feelings run strong, sometimes stronger than they are prepared to handle. When emotions build too quickly, many women instinctively take a step back, to breathe, to process, to evaluate. Pulling away is not always rejection. Sometimes it is simply her way of pressing pause so she can feel safe again. Think about the start of any romantic connection. In the beginning, everything feels electric and magnetic. The excitement is almost intoxicating. But with that intensity comes pressure. Questions begin to rise in her mind. Am I moving too fast? Do I really know him well enough? What if I get hurt? What if he is not who I think he is? These thoughts create anxiety, and instead of voicing every concern out loud, many women retreat into silence and distance. They need time to recalibrate, to make sense of what they are feeling. Is where many men destroy the connection. They mistake her pullback for rejection, so they chase harder. They send constant texts, demand reassurance, or pressure her with endless questions. What's wrong? Did I upset you? Are you angry? This desperate energy suffocates her. Instead of feeling safe, she feels pressured, and the very space she needed to breathe is now taken away. The result? she retreats even further. And the cycle of misunderstanding grows. But if you recognize her emotional reset for what it is, you will know the correct response. Your role is not to chase. Your role is to give her the breathing room she needs without resentment or drama. Here is the psychology. When she steps back, her heart and mind are processing. If you allow her that space, something powerful happens. She begins to miss you. She remembers the reasons she felt attracted in the first place. Her emotions rebalance, and when she comes back, her desire for you is stronger and more stable than before. The mistake is taking her reset personally. Do not see it as rejection, see it as rhythm, just like the ocean pulls back before crashing stronger on the shore. Women sometimes retreat before returning with greater passion. Attraction, like nature, has cycles. Your job is to stay calm, steady, and patient during those cycles. That patience is what makes you safe in her eyes. Now, beyond the emotional reset, there is another important truth hidden behind her distance. Many times when she pulls away, she is running a subconscious test. This is called the confidence test, or the hidden strength test. She wants to see if your confidence is real or fragile. Most men fail this test without even realizing it. Why? Because the moment she withdraws, they panic, they chase, they beg, they demand attention, and instantly she sees that the strength she thought you had was only surface level. Think about how often this happens. Things are going great, she is texting you quickly, she seems invested, maybe she is even talking about future plans. Then suddenly she slows down, she takes longer to respond, she cancels a meeting, she says she is busy. For many men, this is terrifying. They blow up her phone, send angry texts, or try to pull her back with sweet words. But what they don't realize is this: she is watching carefully. She is measuring, not your words, but your reactions. Women are drawn to men who can remain calm under pressure. She wants to know if you can stay grounded when she introduces uncertainty. She wants to see if you will remain secure when she becomes unpredictable. This is not manipulation. It is female psychology. Women value stability, and the only way to know if a man is stable is to see how he reacts when the ground shakes. So what should you do when she begins to push away? First, resist the urge to overreact. Do not chase. Do not guilt trip. Do not send endless messages asking what's wrong, or did I do something? That type of behavior only proves to her that you cannot handle emotional pressure. Instead, match her energy. If she is quiet, let her be quiet. If she is creating space, let her have space. Your calmness communicates security. It shows her that you are not dependent on her constant validation to feel complete. Second, focus on your own rhythm. Keep moving forward with your life, your goals, your work, your health, your friendships. Do not pause your life because she pulled back. The moment she sees that you continue to live fully, whether she is close or distant, she realizes something powerful. You are not fragile. You are strong enough to stand on your own, and that strength is deeply attractive. This leads us into another layer of truth. Sometimes, attraction itself feels like danger to her. For men, attraction usually feels exciting. But for women, especially women who have been hurt before, attraction can feel like risk. The stronger the attraction, the greater the fear. This is why she sometimes pulls away even when she clearly desires you. Think of it this way. If she only feels mild interest, she can act freely. She can text casually, meet up without worry, and walk away at any time with no emotional damage. But when she feels deep desire for you, when you make her heart race and her emotions spiral, suddenly the stakes are higher. She has something to lose. That fear of loss makes her guard rise. This is why women sometimes send mixed signals. One moment they are invested, the next they are distant. It is not always about you doing something wrong. It is about her wrestling with her own fears. Many women carry past wounds, disappointment, betrayal, or abandonment. When they feel strong attraction again, their mind sends warnings. Careful, this feels familiar. Don't let him too close too fast. So she slows down. She creates distance. She acts less available, not because she does not want you, but because the attraction feels dangerous. This is the challenge for men. When she pulls back, she is not necessarily rejecting you. She is asking herself, can I trust him with my heart? Is he the kind of man who will stay when I open up? or will he disappear like the others? In these moments, she is not testing your looks, your words, or your gifts. She is testing your patience and your calmness. She is testing whether you can remain steady. While she battles her inner fears, your best response in this situation is not pressure, but presence. Do not demand constant reassurance. Do not try to prove your worth with over-explaining. Instead, live your life with calm consistency. Let her see over time that your presence is not a danger, that you are not another man who will vanish or betray her. As her fear decreases, her attraction deepens. When she realizes she can desire you without losing herself, the pull she feels becomes unstoppable. Finally, understand that behind her distance is often a hidden test. She does not do this to hurt you, she does it to measure your strength. Attraction alone is not enough. Have you ever wondered why attraction, something that should feel exciting and beautiful, often makes a woman hesitate or even run away? For men, attraction usually feels simple. If you like her, you want to be closer. But for many women, attraction carries both excitement and danger, and this hidden conflict is the reason she sometimes pulls back right at the peak of her desire. Let us explore this deeper. When attraction is mild, it feels safe. She can enjoy it casually, respond when convenient, and walk away without pain. But when attraction is strong, when she feels deeply drawn to suddenly, the stakes are higher. Her heart is on the line, and with that comes risk. The stronger her attraction, the more vulnerable she feels. That vulnerability is terrifying for a woman who has been disappointed or abandoned in the past. This is why you often see mixed signals. One moment she is fully invested, texting, calling, and wanting your presence. The next moment she slows down, cancels plans, or acts distant. It is not that she suddenly lost interest. It is that her heart is sending warnings. Be careful, do not get too close, protect yourself. Attraction feels risky because it threatens her independence, her emotional balance, and sometimes even her sense of control. Now, imagine her past experiences. Maybe she once gave her all to someone who disappeared. Maybe she trusted a man who betrayed her. Maybe she invested in love only to be undervalued. Those experiences live inside her memory. So when she meets someone who awakens that same level of excitement, her mind flashes signals of danger. She thinks, this feels familiar. Don't let it happen again. So she slows down, she steps back. She creates distance. Not because she does not want you, but because she fears the pain that might follow. Here is where many men make a mistake. They take her distance personally. They think she is losing interest. She does not care anymore. And in panic, they chase harder, demand reassurance, or pressure her to prove her feelings. But this reaction only strengthens her fear. Because if you become needy when she steps back, it confirms her suspicion that closeness might bring danger. Instead of feeling safe, she feels trapped. And when a woman feels trapped, she retreats further. The better response is steady patience. You must show through your actions, not desperate words, that her attraction to you does not put her at risk. How? By being consistent, calm, and secure. When she sees that you do not panic at her distance, she begins to relax. When she notices that you continue to live your life fully pursuing your work, your goals, your health, your friendships, she realizes you are not another man who will lose control or pressure her into something she is not ready for. Your calm energy lowers her sense of danger, and slowly her guard comes down. Now, let us talk about the hidden test behind her distance. Many times, when she pulls back, it is not only about her own fear, it is also a way of measuring your strength. Women rarely do this consciously. They are not trying to manipulate you. Instead, it is a natural instinct. She wants to know, can this man handle uncertainty? Can he remain stable when things are not clear? Can he be trusted with my vulnerability? Think of it this way. Attraction alone is never enough for a woman to fully open her heart. She must also feel secure. And the clearest way for her to discover your true stability is to create distance and see how you respond. If you panic, blow up her phone, or beg for reassurance, she learns that your confidence is not real. If you punish her with silence or passive-aggressive comments, she learns that you are insecure and need control. But if you stay calm, patient, and respectful, she learns that you are emotionally grounded, and that is deeply attractive. The hidden Test is simple. She is asking without words. Can you handle me at my most confusing? Can you remain consistent even when I am unpredictable? If your answer, through your behavior, is yes, then her respect and attraction for you grow. If your answer is panic, pressure, or anger, then her attraction fades. Now, let us look at why this test exists. Many women have experienced men who fall apart under pressure, men who become clingy, jealous, or controlling the moment she pulls back. That kind of weakness destroys attraction. So, when she creates distance, even subconsciously, she is searching for evidence that you are different. She wants to see that you are strong enough to stand on your own, even if she is uncertain for a while. Your best response is balance. Do not chase desperately, but also do not ignore her completely. Do not pretend nothing is happening, but also do not dramatize the situation. A healthy response might sound like this: I'll give you space. Let me know when you're ready. That short .com message communicates strength and patience. It shows that you respect her emotions without losing yourself. Passing this hidden test requires emotional balance. Too much neediness, and you fail. Too much indifference, and you also fail. The sweet spot is showing that you value her, but you are not dependent on her mood to remain steady. This balance is what creates deep respect. She sees that you can handle her complexity without falling apart. And to a woman, that kind of emotional security is more attractive than physical appearance, wealth, or charm. Here is a deeper truth. Many women do not even realize consciously that they are testing you. It happens naturally. Their instincts are searching for a man who can stand firm, who can carry himself with strength even when things feel uncertain. This is not a game. It is survival. Because for her to trust you with her heart, she must first know that you will not collapse when she is at her most vulnerable. So next time she pulls away, remember this: her distance is not always rejection. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is protection. And sometimes it is a test. If you remain calm, patient, and grounded, you pass the test. If you panic, pressure, or punish, you fail. The difference between the two is not in your words, but in your energy. Women feel your stability more than they hear your promises. In summary, attraction can feel like danger to her. It is not only about desire, it is about vulnerability. The stronger her feelings, the more at risk she feels. This is why she sometimes pushes you away when she wants you most. But behind that distance is also a test of your strength, your calmness, and your stability. If you understand this, you will see that her pulling away is not the end. It is a moment of truth, a chance to show her that you are not only a man she desires, but also a man she can trust. Have you ever noticed that the most critical moment in a connection with a woman is not when things are going well, but when she suddenly pulls away? For many men, this is the point of crisis. They feel the shift in her energy and believe they must act quickly to fix things. But the truth is, how you handle this moment will decide everything. Attraction is not destroyed by distance itself. It is destroyed by how you respond to that distance. When a woman pulls away, most men make predictable mistakes. They panic, they feel her stepping back, and immediately rush in with texts, calls, or long explanations. They try to fix something that does not even need fixing. But the reality is this: desperation kills attraction. If you scramble to win her back, she loses respect. If you demand answers, she feels pressured. If you show panic, she feels unsafe. None of these reactions bring her closer. Instead, they push her further away. So, what must a man do when she pulls away? The first step is simple but difficult. Do not chase. Chasing takes many forms: calling repeatedly, sending emotional texts, buying her gifts, or begging for her attention. All of these actions communicate insecurity. They say, "I cannot live without you. My world collapses if you step back." That message destroys attraction. Instead, you must allow her the gift of space. By not chasing, you create room for her to miss you, to think of you, and to feel the natural pull that distance creates. The second step is to remain grounded in your own life. Many men make the mistake of pausing everything when a woman pulls away. They stop focusing on their goals, their work, their fitness, their friendships. They make her the center of their entire world. But this is the opposite of what attracts her. A woman desires a man whose life is already full, not a man who needs her to fill a void. When she senses that your world continues, whether she is near or far, she begins to respect you. She realizes that losing you means losing a man of value. The third step is consistency without panic. Pulling away is often a subconscious test of your emotional stability. If you overreact with anger or fear, you fail. If you respond with bitterness, you fail. But if you stay calm, steady, and kind, she respects you. For example, if she takes hours to reply to a message, do not send a flood of follow-ups. Do not play games by ignoring her out of revenge. Instead, reply naturally when you are free. This steady energy tells her you are not shaken by her moods. That steadiness is what she finds deeply attractive. The fourth step is setting boundaries with quiet confidence. Giving space does not mean allowing disrespect. If her distance turns into neglect, such as ignoring you for days while still expecting your attention, you must communicate your standards. A confident way to do this is to say, "I'm looking for consistency. If you are unsure, that is okay, but I will not wait forever." This is not begging, it is leadership. It shows you value yourself and expect the same from her. The fifth and final step is embracing the possibility of walking away. This does not mean threatening her. It means carrying yourself with quiet strength, knowing that if she continues to pull away, you will move forward without resentment. This energy is powerful. Women feel when a man is strong enough to let go. Ironically, that is often what makes them come back, because when she knows you do not need her to survive, she realizes your value, and that realization draws her toward you. Remember, when a woman pulls away, it is not always the end. Sometimes it is fear. Sometimes it is an emotional reset. Sometimes it is a test. But in every case, the way you respond is what matters most. Stay calm, stay grounded, stay focused on your own path. By doing so, you pass her test, re-attract her, and keep her respect. The controversial truth is this: when a woman pushes you away at the very moment she wants you most, she is not rejecting you, she is testing you. She is checking, if you will. Crumble under pressure, or, if you will, stand firm in who you are. It is not about games. It is about security. She needs to know that the man she is drawn to will not lose himself just because she takes a step back. If you take nothing else from this, remember this: the way you handle distance speaks louder than any words you say when she is close. You remain calm, steady, and strong. She will eventually move toward you with more certainty and desire. If you break down and start chasing, you confirm her fears and give her reasons to doubt. So ask yourself honestly, can you remain calm when she pulls away? Can you keep living fully when she is distant? Can you be strong enough to give space? Without fear, these are the questions that define whether you pass her hidden tests. Attraction is not only about charm, looks, or even chemistry. It is about emotional strength. It is about showing her, through your actions, that you are safe, secure, and grounded. At the end of the day, a woman wants more than a man she finds attractive. She wants a man she can trust. Trust is built not when everything is easy, but when things are uncertain. The next time she pulls back, see it not as rejection, but as an opportunity. An opportunity to show her that you are steady, that you respect yourself, and that you are strong enough to handle her fears. When you can do that, you do not just win her attraction, you win her respect, her trust, and her lasting desire.